Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we saw a balanced breakout above last week's high and heading into the open, as long as buyers can hold ES above the 67 to 69 half area, that breakout can remain intact. And then from there, we can go up into 76.75 to 78.75. And if there is continued broad market strength and sustained upside momentum, then we could even test the 84.75 to 86.75 zone, which marks the all-time high. So in the overnight session, clearly the buyers have been in control, and heading into the open, our short-term bias is going to be neutral bullish. And the reason it's neutral bullish is that this marks a breakout attempt, and now we have to assess the situation off the open and see whether the buyers can continue to hold ES above 67 to 69 half and turn this into a successful upside breakout. Above the initial support zone, we can quite easily tag the initial resistance zone, and we could get a sell response there, but given that the buy side is in control, we are going to exercise caution on the short side and keep our focus more so on the long side. Now, despite our bias being more bullish, the challenge today is that ES is opening up on a pretty decent gap higher, and if the breakout is going to continue, it's unlikely that the market's going to provide us with any conservative trade location. So even though the bias is bullish, getting on board the upside move is going to be challenging simply because of where the market's opening up and the fact that we do have valid resistance at 76.75 to 78.75, where sell side could still be active on first test. But keep in mind that the initial resistance zone does not have to cap the upside. Even though we might get a short-term sell response there, we could head higher into 80.75 and eventually 84.75 to 86.75. So again, the main thing we're going to be watching for off the open is whether the buyers can hold ES above initial support, and if the market's really strong, then we could even hold above the pre-market support of 71.5. Now, in the event of a failure to hold above initial support, the next area of important support is going to be 59.5 to 61.5, where buy side can be active, and finally 53.25 to 55.75, which marks the recent 3-day balance area low, and buyers are very likely going to be active on first test of that zone as well. But the primary scenario heading into the open is going to be for ES to hold above initial support, test initial resistance, and potentially even head higher into 80.75 and eventually 84.75 to 86.75. So those are the main ideas heading into the open. Let's see if the buyers can maintain this overnight balance breakout, and we'll take it from there.